You fight for an inch, a yard, a centimetre. You sit there blowing your horn at somebody in front of you who hasn't taken up that 6 inches between him and the next. Come on, asshole, move up, what are you doing now? And why does that happen when you're in a car? You don't do that when you're a pedestrian, do you? You don't feel territorial when you're walking up the road, do you? You don't feel aggressive. You bump into somebody as a pedestrian. You don't back off and say, you apologize. You say, oh, I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, sorry, I beg your pardon. No, it was my fault. Well, after you. No. Somebody passes you when you're walking up the road. You don't race after them, do you? You don't go up there, you bastard, get up. And when you're a pedestrian, you're much nicer. You wear a different suit as a pedestrian. I'm walking down the road the other day, and there's a car coming up towards me, driven by a woman, and the blinkers are going. They just go blink, blink, blink. She drives up the road. Now, if I was driving behind her, I would be thinking, you silly old cow, put your bloody blinkers off. But as a pedestrian, I feel helpful. I go, blinkers. And this woman looks at me and goes, this nice lady with a veil and a crucifix. Jesus. I mean, the change that takes place in yourself. I was walking down the road recently. It's a little old woman standing on the, you see. And she's just, so I said, can I help you cross? And she says, oh, yes, please. So I actually go out, and I stop the traffic. Stop, please. Stop, please. And I get this little old lady, and I help her cross the road. I say, are you all right now? And she says, yes, that's fine. Thank you very much indeed. It's very good of you. And that's it. I go around the corner, get into my car, drive around the corner. There's a silly old bitch in the middle of the road now. Well, I don't want to help her now. I want to run her over. I'm saying, get the car! Xenophobia creeps in. When you see foreign plates, you don't think, oh, there's a visitor to the country. And there's the thing of ourselves. We consider ourselves to be the perfect driver. We're all perfect drivers. We are the one person in the world who never makes a mistake. We drive perfect. You sit there and you analyze other people. See somebody trying to park and you're thinking, stupid bastard. He'll never get it in there. For God's sake, any cretin could see. Shit, he did. How did he do that? A lucky bastard. The generosity of drivers. It can get you, actually being a generous driver in many ways can get you into trouble. I'm driving, I live in Kensington. I'm driving down Kensington High Street recently. There's a man who wants to come out from a left-hand turning. And nobody's giving him any way at all. So I think, poor bastard. I let him in. And I let him in. And he, I suppose, feels because somebody's shown a generous act to him, he goes down the road and he decides to let somebody in. And they drive down the road and they let somebody in. So when I get a Hammersmith, there's 18 cars in front of me that wouldn't have been there, and I'm thinking, what did I do? What did you do that for? What? And there is the point. Have you ever been when you offer what I would call generosity as a driver? When you let somebody in and they acknowledge that. They just little peep on the horn, and you feel the glow swelling all over you. And you're sitting there thinking, man, Mr. Nice Guy. There's two of us. There's not all bastards. There's two of us. We're nice. And he acknowledges it. And you feel very good. But if he doesn't acknowledge it, have you been in that situation? You want to kill. I'm sitting there, and he doesn't acknowledge. He just goes, oh, I think, you swine. You prat. By Christ, that is the last time I will ever do that for you. The chances of meeting this driver again don't exist. So you avenge yourself on some poor innocent bastard the next day. You're driving on the road and there's a fellow sitting. No way. I let somebody in yesterday and he didn't even acknowledge it, so up yours.